And that's how we welcome you to tonight's episode of Celebration of South African Women in Opera. And this is a 9-day series where we'll be celebrating women from singers to production team to creators. And tonight we have Vuvu Mpofu. Vuvu, say hi to everyone watching tonight.
Molweni, good evening, everyone.
Thank you very much, Vuvu, for joining us. Everyone, today we'll be
Okay.
talking to Vuvu about everything. Nothing really about how she likes singing opera, but really an overall overview of her life. Vuvu, everyone who knows you as Violetta, Alfredo's
Mm-hmm.
lover. They know you
Yeah.
as Hilda, the daughter to Rigoletto. They know you as Mary Stuart from Scotland. They know you as Leila, princess from Pale-Fishes. Now tell me, outside of the stage, outside of the lady that you see on stage, who is Vuvu Mpofu?
Who is Vuvu Mpofu? Okay. Vuvu is a very humble, very down-to-earth person, very bubbly. I love to laugh a lot. I'm always that one in the room who has a high-pitched, very loud laugh. I am, but also I'm very reserved and very shy at times. But I do love people, I'm a people's person.
Yes.
I'm very independent. Um, also, I love movies and series. So if I'm alone, you'll find me doing that. But most importantly, I am a very family orientated person. I love my family. So when I am home, I am with my family, bonding with my family. I do everything with my family. And now I am a mom. So most of my time is spent bonding with my little one. So yeah, so that's Vuvu in a nutshell.
Lovely. Thank you very much. And there were so many options. Gospel,
Yeah.
R&B, Kwaito. Why
Yeah.
opera? Why did you choose opera? And what I'd like to know is what inspired that decision?
Yeah. Well, I've always loved music. At a young age, I remember I used to sing in church, and I remember my grandma, from my dad's side, was saying to me because she saw that I love music. She was like, "You love music, ne?" And I was like, "Yes." And then I was still young then. She was like, "Then pray about it." I didn't know then what that meant, but now I actually know. During my career, so I know what that meant. But opera. I sang in high school, at the choir, and they had the the small ensemble category in the Choral Stedford. So I remember sitting there and listening to this lady singing. I think it was Orsaki from Don Giovanni.
2004.
And for
Yeah.
me, yes, so for me, it was the different language that I didn't know. So that was interesting. And the music, it was played by on a piano. It was very, very interesting. So I was like, okay, when I'm going to research about this, I need to know everything about this. So I went to a local library and I researched. And a friend of mine borrowed me a DVD, La Traviata DVD, and as well as a magic flute. So, which is La Traviata was the first one that I watched. Yes, and it blew me away. It took my breath away. So it was love at first hearing or
Glance.
whatever, whatever glance and everything. So I loved opera ever since then. So it's been the love of my life since then. So yeah,
You
um,
know,
so that's my
uh,
story behind
when you
the
said
falling in love with opera.
you got the DVD for La Traviata,
Hmm.
it makes sense because we've watched you in two competitions, Belvedere and Operalia, with an aria from Violetta's in La
Yes.
Traviata. So it
Yeah.
actually makes sense now. It makes perfect
Yeah.
sense.
Yep. It's meant to be. Me and
Yes,
Violetta are meant to be. You know,
you're like
we're
this.
meant to be. We're like this.
Now, Vuvu, I received an email, I think, a week ago. It was from a
Okay.
parent who wanted to find out how her daughter can
Mm-hmm.
enroll for further studies and,
Mm-hmm.
and be an opera singer.
Mm-hmm.
Can you just give us your journey from after you left school, as in high school? You went through the university, YAP, and where you are now. Just give us a little brief on that journey.
Okay. So, from discovering that I loved opera and I loved singing, so I decided to go study music. And a friend of mine told me that UCT actually offered opera as a course. So I applied. I had an audition. It was in December. And also it was on my birthday. So I got in. So yeah, I studied opera, did my undergrad there, did my postgrad there, and also I was under NEFSIS, so you can
Yes.
go via that as well. So you can apply for funding, and also apply to be part of the course as well. And so from there, Cape Town Opera offered me a place to being one of their young artist program member. So where they groom young singers to prepare them for the world stages, so which is very, very, very important. That stage is very important when you're planning on launching to a singing career. And then after that, and then I freelanced, so, and then I've been freelancing ever since, so that was kind of my journey throughout the years.
Lovely. And I hope everyone who's watching who had that question got an answer to that question. Everyone in their jobs and what they do, they would have what we call a highlight. But I'm not going to call it a highlight this time around. I'm going to say, what has been your favorite moment as a performer and as an opera singer?
I have a lot of those, hey. So I'll just name a few. But my very first one was when of course, La Traviata, when I sang I sang La Traviata as the main role, role in Cape Town Opera, with Cape Town Opera and UCT, and being on that stage, having singing my first role, major role, and the feeling, after the whole performance, the feeling that I had when the whole auditorium went up, and they were clapping and then they were shouting, and it was really, really, really overwhelming. I was really overwhelmed, and I was very proud of myself as well, and I was very happy that people connected with me and what I was trying to convey, to the audience. So that was one of my highlights. And obviously, the next one was Operalia, the one, that clip you were playing, Operalia, which was at the Royal Opera House, stage. I was there, like, alone,
Yes.
I was like, oh my word, this stage, a lot of opera singers, like big stars, sang in the stage.
Yes.
It was amazing. It was amazing. I poured my heart out. I sang, and I think, and then another one that I mention as a young singer, I was at the Barry Stats Opera, and I was doing one of the Flower Maidens. And I remember coming into the rehearsal room, meeting everyone for the first time, and there came in Jonas Kaufmann,
Yes.
and Nina Stimme, and I was like, oh my god, inside I was like, and I was like, okay, control yourself. You know. And then they started singing. It was like, whoa, oh my word, such voices, such professionalism, you know. They were amazing. And I was like, you know, this is the kind of professionalism that I want to have, you know. This is because they were just there to sing, you know, to do their job. And also, you know, they're very humble as well. And it was just amazing as a young singer experiencing that. It was, yeah, it was amazing. So
That's
yeah, so
lovely.
those are the three moments.
I mean, Jonas Kaufman. Hey,
Yes.
you've arrived. You have arrived. Yes. Tell me. So now that we've had the favorites and the highlights, as a young female opera singer and a new mom, what challenges do you face as an opera singer?
As a, you know, as a woman, you know, especially those roles that we do, because most of them, they're you sing, you know, young virgins, you know, and you have to portray everything. So for me, sometimes the struggle was, they would say, okay, I think, they'll be subtle about it, but they would be like, maybe you should lose weight, you know, those kind of things. And but you're like, guys, but this is what I use. I use my voice. This should be enough, you know. So you get those moments where you come into contact with those things, with those challenges, where you find people who are not happy with the way that you look, you know. And I mean, we are Africans, so obviously we're curvaceous. So there's no running away from that. And so, but you know, or luckily enough for me, I have an agent who actually, you know, who stands up for me, you know, and will never give me a job where I won't be feeling comfortable in my own body and my own skin. So I've been lucky now in that sense. And also another challenge now that I'm a mom is the balance, you know, the balance between working overseas and being here at home, because at the moment it's Corona and a lot of restrictions when it comes to traveling. So for instance, now I'm moving to Switzerland, and I can't go with my baby because of visa issues, and I won't be seeing her until January or February next year, which is heartbreaking for me, because there's no mother who will want to be away from her child for that long, you know. But at the very same time, I have to work, you know. It's my job, you know. So yeah, being as I said, I'm a very family orientated person. So for me, being away from my family is very, very, very painful. So but then it's something that, you know, I can't change, but we just have to move on and hope for the best.
Thank you very much
So yeah.
for that. Thank you. Now tell me, in terms of the competitions that you have entered, you've entered quite a few, and you know, there are some young students watching here who take part in South African schools choralized that vote. There are professional singers who would love to take part in your Operalias, your Belvedere. What advice would you give to singers who want to be part of those competitions?
First of all, I would say obviously go there prepared, you know your music, know what you're singing about, you know, all those, you know, be on top of the game, you know. But also be emotionally ready, you know, and your headspace should be ready as well, you know, because being in competitions, my experience was they were a bit emotionally draining at the very same time. So you have to go there prepared, you know, your mind, your body and emotionally as well. And obviously, but have fun. Have fun. That's the another main thing. Have fun. Just go there and sing, showcase, your talent, and obviously you're there to compete, but don't take that in a very serious manner in terms of 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 um of singing. You have to be free. You have to be free because nerves are always there,
Yes.
but just be yourself. Trust that you can do what you'll be going there to do. And I know that South Africans have a raw talent, obviously. So already we are one step ahead. So just go there and enjoy yourself, and sing, and just show them what you're made of. Yeah.
While listening to you in this conversation, I think I've gone through three emotions. I've gone from laughing, smiling, and being emotional. And I'm looking at you, and I think I'm happy. I think I'm happy to have a testimony of a young girl from Port Elizabeth who has walked the road, and you literally are showing that it is possible. From Port Elizabeth, right, to Switzerland.
Yes.
Port Elizabeth to Switzerland. And, and I hope people that are watching today that don't think it's possible will actually know that it is possible.
It is. It is.
And of through hard work, as you said.
Of course.
Before I let you go, if by chance you were walking down the street and you went back in time and you met your 14-year-old self, and you had to tell your 14-year-old self one thing, what would you tell 14-year-old Vuvu? Something you know now that you didn't know then.
You're strong. You're very strong. I mean, you're going to go through a lot, but you're strong. You're a very strong person, and that will make you get through a lot of things in life. But trust that you're a strong person. So yeah.
Thank you. Vuvu, thank you for joining us, and
thank you.
We wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
Fly the South African flag as high as you possibly can. The sky is not the limit. Beyond the sky, there's stars, there's planets. Go to the next planet if you have to. Go to the planets.
Travel all planets.
And we highly appreciate that you actually agreed to come and do this talk with us. And we hope someone is inspired, someone has learned something. And also, before I go, I'd like to thank Diane, who is our web manager, who's managing all of the streaming for us. And to everyone who's watched tonight, please join us tomorrow as we speak to Zandile Mzazi, who will be talking about her journey in opera and what she'll be doing next. Thank you very much, Vuvu, for coming through.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Bye.
Bye-bye.